heading back to the second, and then heading to the second room, you find yourself in a mausoleum.
With a ghost.
Yes, a spooky ghost.
Maybe we can make this force this ghost to move on.
Doubtful, but let's see if you can.
I'm not going to do it peacefully.
Did we have a
and
fight?
Yeah. Oh, and I doubt it'll let you try to do it peacefully either.
Well, we also have technically a cleric, and if I'm not mistaken,
We have a cleric, a paladin, and another cleric.
Can't most of those do double damage undead? Or am I confusing? Am I confusing radiant damage for something else?
Do what against undead?
Double damage against undead.
That's a smite. Smite
Yeah,
smite spells add the extra damage on. They got rid of the double damage unless it's specifically stated it is vulnerable to something.
And here I was thinking of most double damage to fiends, doubles, and undead. At least that's how most games I play always do that. It makes sense for demons, fiends, and most fiends and undead. They're unholy. I now need a pair of headphones. Great. Well, not actual, it's my earbuds with headphones.
All right.
Anyways.
So, one moment. Turn order, everybody.
Give me a second to get my token out on the field.
Dear God.
Dear God, yes.
Well,
indeed.
wait till the ghost goes.
Hey, he's not last.
Yay! He's definitely not first.
Okay, I'm sorry, Necro, but with the way you said yay, I'm imagining Azrael doing the Kermit arm flailing thing. Which now makes me think that Azrael's father is just a Muppet. It's just an Eldritch Muppet.
Oh God! I'm picturing that.
Your grandpa's Jim Henson?
Well, technically his hand, but yeah, see, told you, don't get too happy about the ghost. And it's like the father has been watching you this whole time. It's like, I'm not sure this is my son. It's you do the Kermit wave. That's my boy.
Oh, I just realized this is going to be a hard fight.
Yeah, so long as you throw magic at it, it shouldn't be that hard.
Yes.
It's not. And besides, I think most of you have pretty good charisma, and those that don't are pretty weak.
No, I was going under the fact that I don't have a magic weapon other than magic.
I can technically store up spells and magic, but
okay, so starting at the top. Okay, first up is Alicia.
wait, would attacks from my thunder cannon be considered magical or non-magical?
Non-magical, unless the weapon is specifically stated as being magical.
All right.
The way I see it, your class allows you to allow a weapon. The magic of your weapon is allowing it to function without it blowing up in your face. You're effectively a very smart orc from the 40k universe. It works because you think it should work.
Also, you can argue that the ammo is not magical.
That too.
The gun itself might be magic. Ammo is magic.
Yeah, no, but effectively, the reason it works is because you think it should work. Therefore, by virtue of you thinking it work and you having magic, it works. For all we know, it can literally just be a hollow tube with a very fancy piece of wood on one end.
Well, it's how it explains is I'm actually am an inventor, so I made this weapon. It might have magic to fire, but with a few modifications, it will fire regularly.
We shall find out the bullshit they come up to justify it next week.
Oh, they're releasing it next week.
Yeah, it comes out next Tuesday. Or no, this Tuesday. This coming Tuesday.
Yeah, isn't it the Eberron campaign setting?
Yep.
They literally have
That'll be fun to dig into.
They have guns. It's not that hard to explain. As it's just a inventor. That's literally how the full. Even Unearthed Arcana says an inventor working diligently in his lab. I just so happen to testing my inventions on people's faces. So, anyways. I have absolutely no physically damaging spells, so I'm actually probably want to play support this time. Sorry.
Okay, so first up, Octavius and Azrael make a charisma save. Or not charisma, wisdom.
Why? It's Alicia's turn.
You're within 60 feet. It's a feature of the ghost itself.
Fuck.
Here, isn't it?
Azrael, you pass.
I think I clicked my button, but let me double... No, there it goes.
You don't pass. And, okay, you were nearly afflicted by the horrifying visage. Each non-undead creature within 60 feet of the ghost that can see it must succeed on a DC 13 wisdom save or be frightened for 1 minute. If the save fails by 5 or more, the target also ages 1d4 times 10 years.
Oh my god!
The aging effect can be reversed with a greater restoration spell, but only within 24 hours of it occurring.
Oh my god. That's fucked up!
Luckily, it does not say every turn. So once you pass it, you're fine. So for Azrael and Octavius, to explain it, you effectively, for a split second, you saw this ghastly, almost inhuman skull-like visage emerge from this wreath of flame. Then you blink, and it's just a normal sort of face-looking thing.
I ain't afraid no ghost.
Well, you almost were. Okay, so I need to look up what the channel divinity does. I need to look up what the channel divinity is.
A lot of weird shit depending on your god. And thing.
I can.
So. So the grave. Oh, that is interesting.
Oh yeah, she's a death cleric. This should be stupid powerful.
She's only level 4, sadly.
I thought she was a level above us.
She was. Now she is not.
Oh yeah, she didn't go fighting with the thingy.
No. So, channel divinity, path to the grave is one thing she could do. Or she could do turn undead. She's gonna look to you guys to see what she can do.
I'm just gonna check that actual channel divinity. myself because I'm curious about it now.
It's also a shame she wasn't one level higher and the ghost's CR wasn't 1/2, or else this fight would be over in an instant.
Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I'm gonna.
Oh
This,
my god,
uh,
that's so strong.
Hmm?
Path of the Grave. One creature you can see within 30 feet, cursing
Yeah.
it to next turn. It's vulnerable to all attack damage.
Yeah, the problem is you guys would have to close the distance fast.
Yeah.
So she's going to look to you guys and be curious as to which one to use.
I mean, that's her prerogative.
Okay, 1 second. Wisdom save.
3 feet away. She only get about half. She only gets us to get right there and be able to do it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. She's gonna have to make a wisdom save.
She can do it.
She makes it.
She better.
I mean,
And she's going to channel divinity to cast Path of the Grave upon it. It has to make a wisdom save. It fails.
it's
She
not
lifts up
fair
her
for it.
symbol and, for a brief moment, speaks in a sort of tongue. And you see this, and you see these spectral hands shoot out of the ground and clasp around its ankles and sort of pull it down a few inches, almost a full foot. It sort of gives out this almost breathless gasp as it is suddenly and violently pulled downwards. Let's see if she can use any of her bonus spell, if any of her spells. None of her spells are bonus actions. Wait. Yep. Nope. That'll be all. So she's going to. So she will end her turn. Azrael, you're up.
The pressure.
Azrael, actually, you specifically actually heard what she chanted in the tongue. It was "Return to the grave, misguided soul." Interesting. All right.
It is now
Make your
vulnerable
roll.
to its next attack.
Yep.
Does it say attack or the attack that hits?
Path to the Grave. Starting at 2nd level, you can use your channel divinity to mark another creature's life force for termination. I love that word. As an action, you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you, cursing it until the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has a vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends.
All right, so it is to hit.
It's only one of you, but it's all damage is vulnerable, meaning it's doubled.
Big damage. Big damage.
Come on, Evelyn.
Who has the most damaging spell?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Let's see.
Does that hit?
Just hits.
Yeah.
So it takes 24, 30 points of damage.
How close to death is it?
It's a ghost, so you can't really tell.
Oh, come
You
on.
can
ghosts
tell
can
it did
bleed.
not like getting shot.
Well, also,
As you actually see it, it actually fully dissipates for a few seconds, and you guys are almost happy. And then it slowly, and with almost like a ghastly scream that just seems to echo from nowhere, it reforms. And it does not look happy.
okay.
Oh, now bonus action quickening, and that'll be it.
All right.
Yeah, it's spooky. What's spooky have planned?
Okay. Next up, the ghost. It is going to fly at you, Azrael, and you will have to roll a charisma save.
Oh, please don't tell me that's one you suck at.
It's at 0.
Either way, you make it as it enters your body, and you feel this extreme cold flood you for just what feels like an eternity before it is out of you and then disappears.
I'm sorry, what?
It disappeared, then reappeared. It slipped into the ethereal plane.
Ah.
All right.
Wait, no, it is not going to do that. Instead, it is going to try to hit you. Does quickening give it any form of disadvantage?
No. It just gives me.
All right. I'm assuming a 7 does not hit.
Nope.
I'll tell you what the damage is after this is all over. But all right, Chris, you're.
All right. I'm actually going to use one of my class.
Oh, roll the wisdom save.
I'm not in range of it, am I?
Yeah, it is. You are now.
Okay.
60
I
feet.
have actually. Okay.
You just make it. All right, what do you want to do?
Okay. I am actually going to magic fuse one of my shots real quick with a spell. Do that. I'm going to infuse one of my shots with a cure wounds real quick.
All right, so you infuse it into. Wait.
I infuse it into a bullet.
This takes a minute.
Yeah, I know. I'm using my turn.
That's gonna take
That's
10,
10
rounds.
I should have done this before. I'm sorry.
Yes,
all
you
right?
should have.
Yes, but you can still shoot at it. It's not immune to non-magic damage. It's just resistant.
All right. I don't want to, like, I'm trying to play a little bit more. That's probably a better idea for now, but because I don't have any magic that can damage that's not it's not a reaction.
All right. That hits. Roll damage.
Oh,
Given that
natural
it's a
20.
crit. Yeah, the problem is if it's non-magic damage, then it's just the regular base damage.
Well,
13 plus 1.
All right.
Which is 13, I guess.
Wait, so what's the base damage of the thunder cannon?
Base damage is. Let me pull it up. Base damage is 2d6 plus 4.
that crit rolled wrong, too. It only rolled 1d6.
Yeah, it only rolled 1d6 for the second, not 2d6.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
Regardless, it takes 13 points of piercing as it ricochets through the body. Octavius, you're up.
cracks his neck. Hold on, I gotta double check the range of the spell. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Ahem. Right behind this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Alright, so right here.
Okay.
He puts up his hands and yells, "All aboard!"
And
Shatter.
Constitution save. Let me see what it's.
I was channeling my inner Ozzy.
That
It was a good
terrible.
I didn't want to blow out the mic.
I thank you for that.
Terrible, even if you didn't blow up your mic, that was still terrible.
It was admirable,
I mean,
especially since it killed it.
Yeah.
This thing did absolutely no damage to us.
It doesn't. As
I made sure to put it 10 feet away from this so it didn't hit him.
Seems to resonate throughout the ghost as it then just rips itself apart. Okay, so let me tell you, Necro, if Withering Touch, melee weapon, attack +5 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target, hit, 46 + 3 necrotic damage.
Ooh. That would have hurt.
Yes. And it was attempting to possess you, meaning that if it had succeeded on that charisma, if you had not succeeded on that charisma save by 1, or had gotten a 12, you would have become a puppet for it.
Am I afraid to shoot my friend? No, I am not. Mostly because I don't consider them
True,
friends.
but it wouldn't have been damaged at all during that time. This key point of possession. The ghost now controls the body, but doesn't deprive the target of awareness. The ghost can't be targeted by any attack, spell, or other effect except ones that turn undead, and it retains its alignment with intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and immunity to being charmed and frightened. It otherwise uses the possessed target's statistics, but doesn't gain access to the target's knowledge, class features, or proficiencies. The possession lasts until... So effectively, you'd have to fight 2 people.
Oh my god.
Like I said, ghosts aren't much of... Ghosts aren't very resilient.
At least I could go down easily, though.
True.
I mean, we were kind of bullying it, though.
The room is now silent. The statue that the ghost emerged from around here on the far end has cracked. And part of it tips and falls over, sending a plume of dust out. What do you do?
I guess we should investigate the statue.
Hi. Hey,
Toki, you guys killed the ghost.
All right. I'm away from my computer right now, so Brian, if you want to help me with rolls.
Okay, so you guys have the place to yourselves now. You think...
We aware.
I'm going to check out the statue.
Roll a roll just a okay, what aspect are you doing it? You're just inspecting the statue in general? Or are you inspecting a specific part of the statue? Like the rather
I guess I'll try to
or
figure out
like
who
the
it was.
engravings or inscription, basically. All right, that would be a history check. Well, question: do you speak Dwarvish?
No.
Then it will be with disadvantage because you do not know what you're reading. Uh, you you make out a rough translation, though. Bell think toe eater doesn't sound right.
I take the next 10 minutes reading it.
All right. Do you know Dwarvish?
I have ritual cast comprehend.
All right. Okay.
I actually think I might speak Dwarvish.
I'll check for you.
I'm back in my computer. I just had to eat something real quick so I didn't starve.
No. You speak Infernal, Common.
I thought I picked up another language because
Maybe.
I
So,
might have forgotten to pick it up, but it was going to be Dwarven because background story and everything. But we'll worry about that later.
so, Azrael, you
Toki knows
slowly-
Dwarvish.
Oh, Toki does? Oh, Toki. It reads. I need to look through my notes again. Tavodak ogre killer. At least you think that's what it says. Some of the writing's faded, so it might not be exact, but it's a rough outline. The phrasing on the side of the statue that isn't cracked in half says, and I quote, to be entombed eternal, to watch over all. Their duty shall never end. Their soul unyielding, like the stone we are born from.
Wait, couldn't a mending spell fix it?
No. This thing is well and truly sundered.
Well, I'm more of the writing. If it's faded, is it faded from damage or faded from years?
Faded from damage.
That could be fixed by mending.
Not sure of the how much mending can repair, I should say.
1 cubic
It'll
inch
break
per
it fair enough.
cast.
Yeah, but it would return it to flat stone cards.
Yeah, I would also like to point out the mending spell may erase the writing by accident.
So get as much information on it as you can right now, and then once we get that written down, I'll mend it, see if we can actually get a little more off of it. I'm saying that in character, by the way.
Ah,
I'm saying that to everyone around me in character.
all right. So, aside from that, you also notice that inside was a skeleton, along with a small chest.
Leave the chest. We're not taking the chest.
And yeah, we could take the helmet.
Why was there a chest inside a statue with a skeleton inside a statue?
A barrel.
Dwarven burial rite. This is a guardian, a watcher. Terrible practice, but one of the key tenets was that a chest containing their most valuable possessions was kept with them. This ranges anywhere from gold and jewels to a rather nice knife they made, which, for all we know, is now rust. This
Dwarves are
is
very proud
Alicia
creatures.
popping up.
They tend to.
They're craftsmen by nature.
All the crafts want. They all want to make their craft in the name of their creator deity. I'm assuming that it's the same as in regular canon, or I'm saying that in out of character. Are we going with regular canon dwarf creation, or is there actually a dwarf creator deity in this?
I don't. Um, to
Well, Matt,
them, yes. To her, no.
well, I they all kind of worship their creator and want to make things as great as they. So they tend to keep whatever cheap case, if it be a gold jewel necklace or a knife. Just a,
So,
That's actually if this is a
Sorry, what was
burial
you-
rite, wouldn't that mean that the ghost would belong to that guy? Why would he still be here?
it's this particular ritual. Way it works is that the dwarves believed that, well, much like what happened here, someone might come along and try to steal their stuff, steal from them. As such, they created guardians, watchers of sorts. In their minds, they believed they were creating eternal guardians from the souls of great fighters to watch over the tombs. In reality, they were simply tethering their souls to the material, with no
And
way to
unfortunately,
ascend
that
to
didn't
the
seem to help
ethereal.
with all the graves that are empty right here.
As I
gold was
said, the
probably
practice wasn't that good. It was something they practiced because they believed in it, not because it worked. Because let's be honest, what dwarf would be not crazy enough to raid one of their own burial sites?
you'd be
Can
surprised
Octavius
what
try to slight what's in the chest?
You wouldn't be able to tell without opening it.
Oh, yeah. So he's gonna look. He's gonna look at the chest to make sure. Well, it's in a. Yeah, he's just gonna try to open the chest.
I'm very much going to
All
smack his
right.
hand. No, leave the chest.
Alicia is more like, he's been dead for long enough, and besides, we already did him a good favor. I
More
don't think he'll be
respect.
needing his belongings.
Oh, but she's worried about the other motherfucker shit, though.
Well, yes, because they weren't meant to be like Gil. Yes, because they never meant to have their souls trapped here. That poor one did. There's a big difference.
It's a big disrespect to steal him, though.
Mm,
Octavius
yes,
opens the
I
box.
suppose. There is no.
I am taking the box from Octavius. Like, no.
I'm not taking it. I'm opening it in the statue.
Okay, no.
He's just opening it to look.
Okay. Dogs are very angry with you, Octavius.
Oh god, now we're fighting hellhounds.
Open the box, hellhounds. Good job.
Hellhounds, black
You
dog.
open it up.
Yeah.
It's the sheath of a dagger. What looks like a rather nice necklace that has appeared to start rusting. A small scroll that looks weathered. And a medallion. No necklace, no nothing on it. Just a medallion.
Octavius is gonna open the scroll to see if it's like a love letter, some kind of letter or something.
I'm staring daggers at Octavius the entire time.
Wouldn't it be better to check if it was magical or not before you unroll it?
That wouldn't cast it.
What it casted the last time I opened the scroll.
I'm still like silently staring daggers at Octavius the entire time. He's just expecting great.
Well, you're gonna be staring for a little while. I'm gonna ritual cast. I'm just gonna cast Identify on the scroll.
It is a scroll of mending.
Ha!
Who needs a scroll? Who needs a scroll of mending when you have someone that casts mending? Infuse it into other items.
Somebody, well, okay, let me rephrase. The scroll is enchanted with the mending property, meaning that it will quite literally never crumble away. You
Oh,
can
okay.
dip it in water and burn it, and that'll destroy it, but so long as the scroll remains relatively good condition, meaning you don't put this thing through hell, and it'll remain intact. It's actually a fairly common practice. Mages will often enchant test result experimentation notes to ensure that later in the centuries to come, those who practice the craft that may have evolved from their own will be able to look back at the notes in order to better grasp the original concepts. It was originally pioneered by dwarves, though this would be the first instance of it being used so early on in their kingdom's history.
So I'm gonna take a shot and say this is written in Dwarvish.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, you don't know because you picked up the scroll? Oh, obviously you picked up the scroll, but
Yeah.
yeah. So you open it up and it's written in Dwarvish.
If anyone wants to
It's a
find
rather
out,
long and winding letter from the looks of it.
if anyone finds out this guy's last will and testament, anyone know dwarf? I'm staring at the goblin.
Hand it here.
All right, you take the letter and you start reading it. It's effectively it's effectively a very long letter to, you assume it's the man who was entombed there. Effectively, it's a letter about his achievements and his selection to be the designated watcher of this mountain tomb. Beyond
Ah,
that, effectively it's like your family will be granted these rights and remembrances for it, yada yada yada, la la blah 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 blah. You get the gist from there. It's effectively saying this happens and this happens because, yeah.
So Octavius is gonna pick up the medallion. Is it like got symbols on it?
Yes. Runes, actually.
And of course, we desecrate the graves more. Like, it doesn't matter exactly like this guy was trying to protect his people or anything.
If you ask Alicia, they might not have had a choice.
I'll fuck it. I'll burn another spell to do Identify on the medallion.
It is a protective ward. Using this medallion allows you to. I need to actually look up what it does. Sorry. Here it is. A protective medallion. The medallion is inscribed with runes and symbols seemingly related to truth and the protection from lies. It allows you to cast Zone of Truth without burning a spell slot. This can only be done once per long rest.
Okay, that's useful.
Put it
But-
back.
But
That's
That's it. Oh no, wait, but it does still. It still requires the. It still has the duration limitation, so only 10 minutes.
okay, this would be really useful because it would mean I could switch out a spell. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a medallion of Zone of Truth.
It's
and
specifically
anything we
called a
can't-
protective medallion, but yeah, you can call it medallion. A truth medallion would be a bit of a better name.
Just
name
needs some
for it.
thread, and it's a perfectly nice, usable little magic thingy that makes it it lets you cast Zone
Oh
of
yeah,
Truth.
here was the but. It requires attunement.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, put it back, please.
Why?
Don't make me
It's
do.
loot.
But it's coming from a grave. Not even I. That's a great grave.
According to the cleric of the grave, this is not grave robbing.
It
Well,
quite literally
she
isn't.
doesn't know anything about dwarves, obviously.
I know quite a lot about dwarfs. I literally studied about them.
You ever live with one?
Yes.
Oh, apparently not long enough then.
So the only hitch with this thing is it requires attunement. It's not
Makes
really
sense.
great.
Magic wasn't that refined back then.
All in all,
Still not very.
this and the letter in tandem might actually be worth quite a bit to like historical society.
Oh, most definitely. I know it would be of great value to some of the other churches.
I am going to very much, with all intent, that's saying, with all intimidation I could possibly muster, doing all the, like, casting thaumaturgy and everything, just for the glowing eye effect, if correctly.
Okay, roll intimidation.
Do I want to roll with regular or advantage? Because I am.
Regular.
Alright.
Ooh, nice. What would that be against?
Wisdom?
Insight. Alicia just remains
But-
silent.
Put it back now. I'm going to say the ground is flickering in my kind of altered the appearance of my eyes to form a slightly sort of glow to them.
You know, this is a really touching thing. I understand why you're doing this. I really think that you need to calm down, my friend.
You also still have to roll insight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought he did
But-
roll in. Oh, Alicia. Wait.
You're trying to make both of them. Well, you still have to. Okay, I will say for the sake of being fair,
Now, which one's a princess?
Red, you still have to roll a wisdom save.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Before we get to the results of that, though, Azriel and
I'm not. My point of pride is that I am very. Dwarves are one of the few people that gain my respect, and just for act, I'm very far in the past. I'm just. As soon
so
as,
Thorgarth
as soon as I
and
fail, I just mentioned that part, like
yeah,
very openly and very friendly. Very friendly.
so Thorgarth and Azrael, what are you two doing while this whole argument's going on?
Just sitting here, picking at the end of my mace, waiting for
I'm
them to
looking
make a
around.
decision.
I'm just looking around.
So, does the intimidation still work off on him? Every time?
So it's a very weird result. Because, Red, you realize you should probably understand that these dwarves have been long dead and they're not going to need this stuff anymore. At the same time, Octavius, you feel like you should probably put this necklace back because Red's being kind of scary at the moment.
All right. I'll put the necklace back. Into my pocket.
And I don't notice it.
That worked out really well, all that interaction.
That was actually really great
Literally,
interaction.
nothing
I liked
happened
it.
and nobody leaves happy.
I'm just gonna.
We're still
just
taking
remember,
the
I'm
note,
gonna
though.
check for your-
All right, you
Oh,
still take the note.
I don't. The item is.
No, the sleight of hand was
Yeah, I
me.
don't know.
I'm being a shit, and it's going in my pocket.
Okay.
They just
I'm
can't
just
see
gonna
it.
Yeah. I'm. All right. All right. I'm just gonna check your stuff later if you don't mind. I really hope you don't.
This feels meta.
So,
Well, I've known Octavius for long to know he'd probably do something stupid like that.
You're also charmed right now, so
Hey, my usual personality is assume everyone's an idiot, charmed or not. I might like you more, but it doesn't mean I don't think you're an idiot.
this is the last room, isn't it?
They got the upper floors.
Oh, there were upper floors?
We were in the second. We were in the middle path.
Oh, crap, right. I forgot about that. Well, I'm a little tapped, but if you guys can keep going, I'm willing to go along.
Or we could take a second to get back to base camp and take a rest.
I can tell you're all going to be nurses. First of all, I'd just like to say a quick but heartfelt thank you to first-year grad students.
So, do you guys wish to go somewhere else, or do you wish to go back to the main room? Azrael and Thargoth, do you have anything else you wish to do here? Or
Can I investigate the area one more time?
sure, roll investigation. So, you don't find much. You mostly find that the graves have somehow been put back into place. Weird. Aside from that, do any of you have anything else you want to do?
Whatever Octavius really wants to do, I have to do.
Sorry, could you repeat? I didn't hear that.
I'm charmed for 1 hour, remember?
All right.
So you guys want to go on ahead, or should we sit down?
Oh, that's all what you want to do, good Octavius.
Thanks, Chris.
Charm does not mean hypnotized, by the way.
No, it's friendly, so hypnotized is. I always picture charm as being real friendly and just kind of wanting to see what they want
All
before
right.
making your own decision.
Alicia starts heading back.
I guess we follow the boss.
So, let's get moving. The rest of you, I suppose. Is anybody hurt?
I'm a little binged up from the skeletons earlier.
I just got a little scratch.
Okay.
I mean, I could help you if you like. I still got a few spell slots to burn. Okay. By the way, I do have cure wounds if anyone needs it.
Well, why don't you patch me up there, Chris, old buddy?
All right.
Wow.
Wait.
That's not right. That's a roll to hit.
That's a
Yeah,
roll to
no.
hit, but I just did that so I could pop up this.
Okay.
Quick easing. Don't realize how.
Well, I mean, it could come in handy if you're trying to forcibly heal an enemy.
You mean like a zombie?
Wait.
Well, no,
Wait.
because zombies don't heal, and healing does not hurt them.
Couldn't we technically like forcefully resurrect?
True, but I'm thinking more that you're trying to heal somebody you've been torturing, and they're not, and they're trying to resist.
No, let me die.
Yeah, effectively.
Never.
They're just trying to die, and you're not letting them.
This smack you with healing.
Anyways, so as you
Oh,
guys get
sorry,
back
I'm
there, Azrael, Thargarth, you guys all right, or do you have anything you want to say?
Thargoth is staying silent, but she has this is a waste of time face.
I'm just tired with all the arguments.
I've been sharing more recipes online and I'm getting some great ones in return. From as far as Fiji.
All right, so
Preview of all the recipes I
the rest of you, do you have any? Sorry, let me transition back to the first map.
First Christmas together in years.
There is one final chamber that you can go down. How do you guys go?
By the way, how long has passed since the charm first been initiated?
It lasts an hour, so it's been like, what, 5 minutes?
About 10 minutes. Yeah.
All right. I wonder how far we went in, since we kind of fade splashed back to where we were.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Words got bad. Anyways, so the rest of you have some time to relax. Alicia seems intent on giving you at least maybe a little bit of time to rest before you have to start moving again.
All right, I'm gonna take a second to store one spell slot I used and use it again. But I'm also going to take this time to use my class ability, this time effectively, to make one of my bullets be infused with. Take an item from my pack and infuse it with the spell Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, you do that. It takes a minute. You're done, and you have it now.
All right, let me just read through this real quick before I. Increase your holding under for spell. Score 6. So, who would be getting the most direct way of harm here? In other words, who would be the one charging it? And most likely get hit by something.
All right. So you now have an object infused with Hellish Rebuke.
All right. So I'm saying this out. I'm trying to think out loud about strategizing. I guess it'd be a good idea to get this to the goblin. It's a paladin, and they tend to be a little bit more jumping in far, jumping into the line of fire. So I'm gonna pretty much take this item I have infused and give it to the goblin.
Okay. She hands it off to the goblin.
No, I'm actually handing it off to the goblin.
Oh,
myself.
okay. I thought you said the way you worded it made me a bit confused. Sorry.
I'm going to take the item I have infused with this magic and hand it off to the goblin. Like pretty much
All
say,
right.
use this.
Thorgirth.
You'll be able to
Mm.
use this. You'll be able to. Well, if something hits you, you can possibly light it on fire, or if you have a basically pocket Hellish Rebuke, if you know what that is.
I don't know what it is, but I'll use it.
Things hit, they can go boom, fire.
All right. So So the rest of you,
So anyone?
yeah. Sorry. All right. So the rest of you, do you want to start moving on, or do you want to take it, or do you want to take a rest? Because you can if you want.
Octavius is fine. He wouldn't benefit from a short rest.
I thought that bards were one of the ones to recover their
They do not.
spell clustering. Okay. Yeah, I haven't actually played a bard yet, so I wouldn't know.
I don't mind continuing.
I'm good. Let's do this.
All right. As you guys slowly get up.
Gonna find my match.
All right, so you head down the pathway and you find a large room with a pedestal on it.
You know,
As you walk in, you see this large, gaping maw of some kind, a portal open on the pedestal, and you see something shuffling in. The moment it leaves, it closes up, and parts of it and part of the ground seems to be scorched.
um,
I don't
I
like
get the
any of what I
feeling-
just saw.
Yeah, I get the feeling we're dealing with some sort of fiend.
Can I investigate like the where the circle was to see can tell what kind of spell it was?
The last time I was in a room this big, something attacked. I was attacked by a cult, and most of the group I was with was severely hurt.
Is that kind of look around to see if there's any form of immediate danger?
Yeah. You can look around. There seems to be inscriptions on the wall that are new.
All right. What are those? What can any of us read those inscriptions?
Can anyone read it?
Depends. Anyone read Abyssal?
How did I know it was going to be abyssal?
Here,
You know me.
Oh, I do.
Most of it appears to just be general runes, really. Azrael, roll a general arcana check. This is mostly to like fresh up on your knowledge of portals and teleportation magic. You remember vaguely that teleportation in this world is a bit wonky due to the planar rifts and general fuckery that happened because of the great of the planar war a couple centuries back. Teleportation magic has never really functioned as it should. Sometimes it works perfectly. Other times it puts you somewhere else, and in even worse scenarios, it puts half of you in the right location. The other half, no one knows. From the looks of it, these all appear to be runes specifically geared towards helping to ground and effectively tether a teleportation circle to ensure that whatever's going through it doesn't get destroyed or put somewhere where it shouldn't be.
So it's like an anchor or a signal, beacon.
Think of it as an anchor. Yes.
Relay this to the group.
um, maybe we should destroy them.
It's up to you.
Boss lady.
She just shrugs. Out of my. That's out of my prerogative. That's up to you.
Well, if we want to keep the people here dead for a little longer, probably should, because I get that thing. I get whatever went through that portal will probably be back to raise more dead bodies.
Can I examine the place where the portal was? Can I examine the place where the portal was?
Sure. Ground scorched. There's a faint trace of the magic, but you feel a slight bit of copper in your mouth. Just metal.
Does anyone else taste that?
No, and you're not.
Well, if you go close to where the portal was, yes, you do.
Well, I'm not gone close to where the portal was, so
Then you don't.
So many coincidences like that just don't happen. Hey, my mom would say that this is a god wink.
Well, I say we write down all the crazy bullshit and then cross it all out.
That's not what they want, and so do we. That's why you'll find real meat, poultry or fish, and
all
wholesome
right.
delicious Rachel rating
I'm not gonna start tracing all, like taking a piece of paper and just tracing all the stuff.
So we're gonna have
'Cause
three
I know I have.
No time to wash your hair.
Okay.
Batiste dry shampoo to the
So.
rescue.
Yep.
Simply spray, massage, and brush for gorgeous looking, refreshed hair in an instant. So you can nail your morning routine. Batiste dry shampoo. Yes, you can. Before discovering Maxi. All night protection. Can you
All right. So the rest of you, what do you want to do to help with writing down and then taking this off? Because that's going to take a bit of time. About 30 minutes, actually.
Just gonna, can I say it's? I'll let you know when I have to get this written down, certain sections written down, so you can destroy it.
How about we just split the area into three pieces?
Thargoth, do you want to do anything?
Uh,
Think we split
I
area.
don't mess with magic, so
Gotcha.
You're a paladin.
my power is not magic.
I mean,
It's
I'm pretty
celestial.
sure.
I call bullshit.
Yes, so do I. Nothing celestial
All right,
about smiting
so-
people with thunder.
So, the rest of you, what do you want? What area? You can
Split up and write it down.
yeah. You have this wall, and this wall. Independently, it'll take each of you about 10 minutes. Alicia will mostly be Thargoth. Alicia will motion for you and say, just to be safe, let's watch the entrance to this room to make sure nothing sneaks up on us.
Okay.
And the two of you go over and take up guard.
The space-saving stackable cookware system with raised 3D diamond coating surface that repels food from sticking, giving you the professional performance and exceptional durability you need. Black Diamond by Copper Chef cooks your food to perfection. Call or go online to copperchef.com.
So, for the rest of you,
Black Diamond pan for just $19.99 with free shipping. But wait, you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. This exclusive TV offer is not available in stores. Order now. Whoa.
each of you roll a just general. Let me see. What would be the best for this?
Intelligent?
No, not intelligence, because you're not actually thinking that much. You're
Sleight
just
of
writing
hand?
down. History. Let's roll history, because for some, history is probably the best roll in this case.
Oh, actually, roll I'm good at for one.
Ugh.
Uh,
Christopher, you get yours done in 5 minutes, actually. Octavius, it takes you 20. Azrael, you just take the requisite 10.
You know, since it only takes me about 5 minutes, I'm gonna go over and actually help Octavius out to try to speed him up if it's possible. Or is it we're doing the whole event already happened? We're not doing event A happened, so.
So, you eventually get it down. All of you do do manage to close it off. Problem is, as you guys look around, you realize Octavius didn't actually destroy the lines or the symbols on his wall. Whoops. Takes you another 10 minutes to do so at this point. Collectively, you've wasted around 30 minutes.
And then the portal opens.
No. Nothing happens. You just cross at the symbols. If any of you go back over to the portal site, the taste of copper is gone. Now it's just air. Thurgirth, nothing happens. Everything seems fine. All right. So,
I went to get screened today.
yeah.
Catacombs completed.
You guess.
Question mark.
Now
No,
comes
Dark
the
Souls
issue
boss
of
rush.
going back.
How is that an issue?
It's travel through the mountains. It's always an
Oh,
issue.
right.
Yeah, so, the rest of you. You guys head back?
I don't see why not.
Alrighty. The rest of you get moving. And, well, sorry, dry mouth. The rest of you get moving back, and you get back to the main point, to the main area. Yes. You guys you guys pack up your campsite, or do you want to stay for the night? As it's about midday now, and Alicia does pipe in. I'd much rather to stay here for the night rather than simply get rather than move through the night. Anyone agree with me?
Hello?
Sorry, did you guys not hear me?
I heard you.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
I had a mute and deaf myself so I can use my phone.
Ah, all right.
Hello?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, I messed something up with my Bluetooth, so
Hmm.
there we go, better.
So, for the rest of you, do you guys want to stay for the night, or
Don't bother me.
Better
Yeah.
go.
Octavius.
I could stay for a night before heading out.
Alicia breaks out some rations and starts cooking a meal? It's rather nice.
By the way, how long has it been?
The charm's worn off by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. All right.
Yeah, Chris, you feel like a bit of a you feel a charm pass over you, but you're not sure what it was from.
Oh no, it's pretty effective. So I know I've been.
Yeah, but
No,
you
you
got a
know you've
natural
been
one on that.
charmed. You just don't know who charmed you
And I know the
or
only
when
person
it
that can.
was.
Uh, Technically, the
Oh, I'm
spell
gonna use.
says he does know, but you got a nat 1 on the wisdom save.
Which is why I'm saying you don't know in this case.
But I can connect. But I know something happened to me that made me a little bit more subservient. I know
You
I was
know,
arguing with.
okay, I will lay out what you know, M. You know, A, we're charmed. And beyond that, nothing. You don't know when the charm happened, you don't know who charmed you, and you don't know why you were charmed. You just know that at some point you were charmed.
So, conductive reasoning, I'm blaming Octavius because he's only bard.
Okay, you can blame Octavius, but any attempts to do so will cause a disadvantage because you don't know for certain.
I'm not gonna actually like blame him. I'm just gonna do the whole don't do it again. Because
Octavius, you notice he's not entirely sure.
Don't do what?
you know what you did. And I'm just
I'm not
walking
really
off.
sure that I do.
I'm not going further into that. I'm walking off. He knows what he did. He's a naughty boy. So, well, he's always a naughty boy, but aside from
Okay, so for the rest of you,
So what are we doing for the next 16 hours?
you guys can explore the previous rooms, take some stuff, eat. Alicia's making a meal.
all right, I am. You know that room with the statue?
You're not gonna summon the ghost from there, are you?
No, we needed that ghost. What I'm going to do is actually just start casting mending while no one else is around and me doing it.
Well, yeah, we are missing a key.
Conversation wise, I feel like I'm just I'm casting mending, try to at least mend up a little bit of the statue, like a
Okay,
little bit more.
you all right. You're gonna spend a few hours to do that. Yeah, so you slowly have been mending it. Unfortunately, you do notice that by mending the rock, or are you mending the statue or just mending the writing?
I'm mending the statue.
Yeah, so wherever you mend the statue, the writing has faded away as the stone is returned to its much more undamaged form, which is minus the sculpting, which is minus the writing. It is still sculpted, that appears to be too old to be removed, or some other form of magic willed it into existence without actually damaging it.
All right. All I'm really trying to do is just rebury the body statue because obviously that's where it's supposed. That's its proper grave.
So, for the most part, you managed to get the statue fixed up. It looks nice. So, that's your job
Um,
finished.
yeah, as I'm standing, I'm like, don't worry, old man. Your body will be respected. I'm starting to walk away.
All right, you walk away. Nothing happens.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
Thorgirth,
So I'm just
Asriel,
kind of.
what do you two want to do? Sorry, Chris, you were going to say something?
I wasn't expecting it to happen. I just know. I just like I said, I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for dwarves, so I just kind of do everything to respect them.
All right. Uh, what's happening?
I am so
Acro,
confused.
Internet.
what are you doing? You're
What are we
somehow
summoning?
disconnecting and reconnecting while still being in the voice call.
My fucking internet connection.
Yay!
So I'll move
All
on
right,
to my
so
phone.
Asriel, Thargirth, what do you two want to do with your time?
I just go over my materials and I clean my armor. Oh, did we ever find the deed to this place?
That was the other place.
Oh, we're somewhere else now.
Yes,
You
you
have
have
not
been
been.
somewhere else for a while now.
And in case you didn't know, we're level 4 now.
So okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so we're level 4, but also,
Yeah, I'm just cleaning my armor.
Uh, okay, that character is a little bit unenthused about this entire.
all right.
By any chance, can I start designing my a set of light armor?
Yeah, you can start designing that stuff. Roll an intelligence check. This is tinkering stuff. So, you get some rough, messy sketches zone. It's for some reason not a good day for you.
Those are gingerbread snowflakes. I love that. Thank you. We wanted to contribute to the famous Kruger Christmas Cookie Exchange. So it's
Yeah, so you have some messy, rough sketches out that you can get done before you have to eat or anything like that, but for the most part, that's basically what you've got. Thargirth, what do you want to do? Or Thargeth. Sorry if I get the name wrong.
so we were doing a Kruger Christmas tradition. And it was so good. Yeah. Well, next up is tonight's Christmas cookie exchange, obviously. And then fifth and final. Heather's favorite Christmas dinner Oh, Chris, how about your traditions?
So, Toki,
What's up?
what do you want to do? You got a few hours to burn before uh, Alicia finishes with the dinner she's making for you lot, and then you go to bed.
Well, seeing as I don't know much about the place that I'm in, I'm going to clean my armor and do my daily um things for my god.
All right. So, for the most part, yeah, you guys seem to. Nothing bad happens. Octavius, what do you want to do? Mark,
I'm sorry.
what do you want to do?
Uh, he's Octavius is just gonna help with cooking, and then once it's all ready, just play a little ditty.
All right. So, all of you eventually come back and have a good meal. It's nice. It's fairly good. It's fairly good considering that it's just made of rations. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna eat, in, I guess, eat in silence. Don't talk. Oh, and by the way, it's I completely forgot I had him for a moment. My servo. So I'm gonna tinker a little bit with it and just do general repairs while I'm eating.
All right. You do that.
No, I'm fine. I can do this. A toast.
Before just
So,
letting it roam around a little bit and crawl up Octavius' leg. Looks like you like to or
okay.
something. Messing with I'm messing with he's the only one that's has this the humor to him.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, he's the only one that has a sense of humor as far as I know. Because he's the only one that's willing to go back and forth.
All right. So, Octavius, you now have something crawling on your leg. At least I think that's right. You were a bit garbled, but I think that's what.
Little I'm just gonna for the sake of little ball spider with mechanical arms for leg. Little clockwork. The servo.
All right. Yeah. So,
Act as a
Have I seen these creatures before?
probably seen a kid's toy version of this, but this is a little bit bigger and more threatening. It's a tiny servo. Fine, sure of it.
Because I haven't needed a Christmas tree in years. Haven't been home for Christmas. Well, when I was with the Marines.
Okay.
I was base camp or wherever I was doing.
all right then.
Actually,
So,
back in 5 years.
who wants to take first watch? Because even if you guys are in a room where you're fairly certain things are normal around you. You guys might still want to have watch. So, who's going where?
I don't mind taking second.
I'll take first watch.
I guess I'll take next.
Okay, who takes third?
I guess I'll take it.
Alrighty. So, first watch. Red, I believe, correct?
Correct.
Roll perception.
You asking me to go to the cabin to help gather clippings for your wreaths? Well, you haven't asked me for anything, really. All right, talk me into it.
Nothing major. Your watch passes without incident. You feel a bit of a cold spot at the back of your neck, but that was likely just a draft.
I'm sorry that we lost touch.
Octavius, you're up.
Oh, now you throw the boss at us.
No,
Sorry.
you'll see. Octavius. Again, nothing wrong. You feel a cold spot on your leg.
Oh,
Rub
shit.
it. Warm. Yeah, it gives you a bit of a fright. You accidentally wake up Alicia by accident. So, for the most part, nothing happens. You don't notice anything. Who's third? Watch.
Dargeth.
Hmm? Oh, Thargoth. Sorry. I heard Darius for a second. I'm thinking, wait, different campaign? Roll perception, Thargoth.
And we all die in our sleep.
All right, so for the most part, you don't notice anything. Nothing seems out of the ordinary, actually. Weird. Because you could have sworn you heard something rustling through Octavius's bag. But that was probably just your imagination. Oh well. Oh well.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
You're fine. Your watch passes without incident.
That's okay.
Yes, that is very, very good.
Yeah, I can.
The rest of you, slowly waking up. Pack up the bags. Pack up everything.
Do I notice my things have been gone through?
No, you don't.
Do I notice anything extra there?
Okay.
Not that you can tell. Weird.
I do what I have.
Well, I mean, why would it
What
be
now?
weird? Hmm?
Uh,
Low blood calcium if pregnant, are allergic to it, and take
Me think it he was on the phone.
like low blood pressure, slow breathing.
what was that?
Me think it you were on the phone.
Yes, I was on the phone.
Ah,
Okay.
all right. Well, for the most part,
As spine and other bone fractures have occurred, proline cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious
nothing major happened. You guys pack up, and you're done. You guys start heading back and eventually make your way back to the main city, main gates. You slowly work your way in and back to, well, where do you guys want to go? You're back in the city.
I'm gonna actually like stop everyone and just, hey, I know we got one more job to deal with, but it would be great if you could help me with something. I know you aren't all from, you're all probably out of it, but there's a chance that this guy's probably stinking rich and holding up this evil tower or something. I'm not sure. He's an ass. That's all. That's all I really know.
Hey, someone hit the door. I'm on cooking duty.
But I'm not going to ask you, Alicia, to join us because you probably are busy with your things in the city. You hear
Um,
what I?
I can barely hear what you're saying.
Okay, I'll speak up again. I'm basically going to say, I'm saying, I know y'all are probably wanting money or whatever, but you can help me with something to the south.
I heard help in the south.
Dude, I have you
In my
maxed
headphones.
out.
All right, I'm really quiet to begin. Just. All right, let me try this again. I know you are all are like wanting something with gold or riches, but it'd be amazing if I get your help killing someone. Pretty a major evil asshole.
It's quite a thing to ask for.
Very.
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure how many people he has guarding him, or if he is locked up in some tower. So I thought, heck, why not have strength in numbers? Do I need to repeat myself again?
No, I heard that part.
Exactly why do we want to take part in this?
All right. Someone say something real quick.
hey,
All right. So yeah,
you
I'm gonna.
didn't hear what Azure, what Necro?
No, I did not.
Tables, dealers, people that know how to. You gotta have people that know how to do,
Why do
Okay.
we
know how to play.
exactly why do we want to help you in assassinating somebody?
There could be a ton of. He could have a ton of loot locked up in his tower or wherever the heck he is. And it's not so much assassination as it is a what's the proper word for it? A little more personal than assassination. Murder lust.
That makes it sound worse.
Uh, It's not petty revenge because what he did was pretty big. Murder, the murder of an innocent warlock is really big. I'm gonna like do the whole tapping on the top of the lips sort of thing, thinking, try to think of the proper word. Let's just say for very personal reasons, I need him dead.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I am promising you can keep whatever you find within his home. And it might be doing a service to whatever community he's in.
You want us to help you kill a guy who killed a warlock?
Yeah. This warlock was actually a well-known protector of the innocents.
You want us to go after a guy who was strong enough to take out a well-known and liked warlock?
I never said he killed the warlock on his own. I've already killed most of the other people who was with him at the time. He's just the last one. That was like almost like
I can give
20,
You done with
23 years ago, I think. Oh, no, wait, it's 22 years.
And who exactly is this person you want to kill so badly?
Did I ever actually give this guy a name?
No, you didn't.
No, I did not give him a name. DM, you want to name him?
You can name him if you want.
All right, Father out.
I think you get questions, and I talked to her about this, that we weren't saying yes yet.
His name is Alistair.
Pleasure to meet you. Quite the pleasure.
I'm craving some jambalaya right now.
I more thought Thaddeus would be a bit more appropriate, but yeah.
Well, Alistair was a well-known mystic. That's how the name came in, because
Alrighty.
Would
kind of opposed in the mystic ways, stuck in the church sort of thing.
Can I make a history roll to see if I've ever heard of this guy?
Sure. Go ahead.
It's not-
22.
You heard
We gotta make her go outside.
whispers of him back during your time as a traveling performer. He was known to be a guy you really didn't want to cross, because to put simply,
Where's she?
it was rather
Hey.
easy for people who
So yeah,
crossed him to quote unquote disappear.
yeah. I don't mind this stuff. This
So,
Beyond that, you know basically what Christopher has been selling you.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that guy. No.
oh, come on, I know he's weakened. At least his forces are weakened.
That guy
Tommy.
has a nasty habit of making people go poof.
He also can build up a large crowd really easily.
So I'm getting.
I'm gonna start rubbing like one of those stumps I have.
You're rubbing
So-
what?
One of those horn stumps, because they never actually officially grown back well. I don't pose for my image. I don't actually have proper horns like most tieflings.
So, for Red Chris or if you're asking me if he's grown something back, you're not sure. You haven't seen him in a while. Last time you put a knife in his chest before he ran away.
Then there was the time I killed one of his followers and one of his
Yeah.
allies in front of him. He does a lot of running. I'll say that much.
And it seems fairly likely that he's probably not going to be running for a while. From what you've heard, his money's ran out, so there's no real rush. The only
Well-
real rush would be to try to get ahead of other bounty hunters who might have his name on their lists.
Well, I'm not. This isn't so much a bounty as a personal vendetta I have.
Oh, he also has a bounty. It's not much, but
I'll let someone else claim it. His body can rot up on spike for all I care. So, I know isn't probably going to work, but I will make a persuasion roll. I will try to persuade all of y'all with the persuasion roll.
it's going to be with disadvantage.
Well, it doesn't even matter with it. I
You're
got
not
5.
selling much there, buddy.
Yeah.
I know.
But, okay, you have 5. The rest of you, if you want to roll insight, I mean, you aren't forced to, but
I'm not. I'm trying to persuade them, and I'm asking at the same time.
yeah. So
Anyone else want to say anything, or are we just gonna play like dull and quiet? 'Cause
I just walked home.
Yeah, you got
Alright.
to work on your negotiating skills there, buddy.
Well, like I said, it would be nice, but I wasn't going to force you. It's not like I'm going to hold a knife to your throat and drag you along with me. That's kind of counterintuitive to what a group does. And what I've been told friends are supposed to be.
We're more like co-workers than anything else.
Well, you're the closest thing I ever considered a friend. Most of the time, people are trying to stab me or shoot me with arrows.
That's sad.
Well, it's kind of hard when most of the people you encounter are bounties or crazed bounty hunters trying to take your bounties.
I'm not your friend, pal.
Don't.
Don't have to
You're
be
a
rude
bounty
about it.
hunter with a bounty on your head?
No, not a bounty on my head. I'm probably one of the more stable bounty hunters, to say the least.
not saying much.
Yes. The last time I actually competed with someone against a bounty, she literally tried to shoot me with an arrow as I was taking the guy in. So,
All right, so
let's take that as a roaring no. Try again later.
I'm gonna need to go and move my car real quick.
for the most part, you you guys know for a fact that, for the most part, things haven't really changed that much. I mean, it's only been, what, 3 days at most?
I think it was like a day and a half.
Regardless, you get back, and for the most part, things are pretty good. Do you all head back to Azrael's home, or do you all head to your own places?
I mean, we don't really have any place to go besides his house, except maybe to go to a bar. No one else but him has boarding in this city.
That is true.
Octavius is going to go for a drink.
All right, you are going to go for the drink. Thorgirth, what do you do? Toki.
I said I'm going to go to the church.
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
I said I'm going to church. I didn't hear that.
All right, you're going to church then. Okay. Azriel, you already said you're walking home. Chris, what are you doing?
You know what? I'm in a little bit of an annoyed mood, so I am going to go find someplace I can lighten my mood by causing a little bit of mischief.
So you're going
Okay.
bar hopping with me. Great.
Yep.
All right. So, for the rest, Octavius and Azriel, roll d20s.
And Adriel. Wait, what's Adriel doing that needs to roll d20?
Oh, sorry, no, not Azriel. Christopher and
Oh, wait.
Octavius.
Just keep reminding, my character does not drink alcohol at all.
Oh, that'd be con, but this is more for shit to happen, I bet.
Why is with the shit rolls today?
That's like your...
No, it's just I'm not getting very good rolls at all.
I mean, to be fair, I could get a free room in any inn in this freaking
Yeah,
city.
true. So, for the most part, Octavius, you have a pretty decent time here. But Chris, not so much.
But at least have a little bit of fun.
What the hell? On our little bar hopping, do I notice anyone who is in need of my service?
Roll perception. Well, no, investigation in this point, because you're explicitly looking for him.
I should have expertise in this.
You find 2. And you take them to a room for the night. Chris, you watch this.
Yeah!
I'm not going to the room with them. That is very much opposed to what I do.
Sorry, what are you doing?
I do not go to the room with them. I might watch them go up to a room, but I'm not going into a room.
Alright. So, alright, so. Chris, do you want to keep bar hopping or do you want to head back to Azrael's place?
Alright. I'll head back to Adriel's place. Take my time. I'm guessing it's evening now, though. Is what time of day is it right now? Can you hear what I'm saying, or do I have to?
Repeat yourself. Sorry, I didn't hear that fully.
What time of day is it right now?
It's about midday.
Midday.
God damn.
I'm
Well,
gonna.
no, I'd say evening. Sorry, not midday. You guys were hopping for a while.
What exactly is the weather like?
Okay.
What is it? A pleasant day, or is it an excruciatingly cold or hot day?
Mm,
It's
moderate. Surprisingly moderate for winter.
All right, it's a pleasant day then. So I'm just gonna take a slow walk back.
To help dissolve this grease, so you're ready for your next meal. Finish dishwasher cleaner. Clean dishwasher.
Well,
Clean dishes.
so yeah, not too bad, not too hot, not too cold. It's a surprisingly nice night or evening.
Yeah, it is.
Well, for you, it's very good, but for everybody else, it's decent. So, Thargarth, Azrael, or Thargarth, you're at the church.
Yes, I'm at
You
the
want to do
church.
anything important, or
I'd probably lose the suit of armor and take one of the classes for the children.
all right? So you effectively are teaching Sunday school.
Oh God.
Okay, that is certainly not
That
something I'd expect. I'm gonna be honest.
that sounds terrifying.
Yes, you teach Sunday school now. So, for the most part, it goes fairly well.
Oh God.
Sunday school, the
Mm,
teachings of Drathen.
All right,
Also, the
so
importance of death and life.
yes, that is important. So, for the
yeah, that's still dark.
they need to know it.
I mean, they're kids.
That doesn't never be too old. Never can be too.
At a certain point, you're probably too young. It's not so much a life and death, but it's the way that he teaches them is what I'm worried about.
Don't be too worried. So, anyways, the rest of you, how do you go? Azrael?
I just want to continue making that armor while drinking some brandy next to the fireplace.
So, for the rest of you,
Just
the
for those
rest
that
of
were
you,
wondering what type of paladin the goblin was.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that one. I remember. You showed
Oh,
me it.
the death. Why don't you just do it the conquest or oath of vengeance? Both of those fit that realm perfectly fine.
Okay, so, Azrael, what are you doing? Alicia actually went back to the house with you.
Bound Chicago.
Hey, don't ruin my OT.
Sadly, nothing came of it.
Okay, so
I just want to relax in front of my fireplace with some brandy
Maybe
and with my
reading.
notebook. Yeah, my notebook, not your books.
So, for you, how how do you want to spend your time? Or rather, how do you want to do how do you want to spend your day? Because effectively, you have the whole day to yourself. Well, Alicia came back, but she's occupied herself with another room.
Ooh, some alone time. Bound check out wow.
Hmm. So, Aziel, did you say anything, or did I miss it by accident?
And nobody heard me.
I didn't hear you.
Nope.
I said that I'll I'll sit by the fireplace with some brandy and working on my notebook.
I'm sorry, it's just the gentlemanly inventor.
Uh,
like just just dramatically posing in a chair with a bottle with a glass of brandy as you're just scribbling down things.
there was much manual labor. I need to relax.
Yes. Anyways, so for the most part, things go fairly well. The rest of you, things go easy. After a while, though, it gets different. Anyways, so bleh, I'm saying stupid things. Okay, so the rest of you have interesting days and nights. Octavia, specifically, you have a very nice night. So, Chris, or Red, you have a decent time roaming around the town, doing whatever you want to do. Thargarth, you.
Well, I'm making my way back to Adriel's house.
All right, you slowly make your way back. Bleh. And you eventually do make your way back to the house. Thargarth, you believe you have properly instilled upon these children the true meaning of death. A well deserved day and truly a victory for the forces of justice.
Merry Christmas for all.
Merry Christmas, you bastards.
And I have
Merry Christmas, you filthy
What
animal.
world is
Yes!
Christmas?
And a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Really, what
Just
is
Thargarth with just Thargarth in like an oversized Santa outfit with a massive cigar in her mouth. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and just trundles out of it.
Oh God! I wish I could capture this and share with.
All right.
Okay.
So, for the the rest of you, things go fairly well. I think I've said this already, but just want to state that because, let's be honest, you guys need all the good nights you can get. So let's be frank. You all wake up the next morning. Azrael, you made decent progress. Roll a general intelligence roll.
What type of role?
Azrael, not you. You're fine.
All about family and people coming together. I think everyone's really
What happened to my rolls? They used to be so good.
I mean, everything will be Christmas themed. You know,
You got good initiative. That's what happened.
You got the Towson Jaffe curse.
I do.
So,
Kill?
Apparently had it. Well, that I don't know. But it has to be someplace special. And it has to be a surprise. Oh, yeah.
how are you spending your mornings? Octavius, you wake up and find your two companions rather happy. It was nice. For the rest, you also then leave. It's a fairly nice time. Do you head back to Azrael's house, or do you decide to do something else?
Uh, I guess he'll head back to Azrael's for breakfast, but pick up like a donut or something along the way.
You pick up a pastry. You effectively pick up what is a scone. It's fairly nice. So, for the rest of you,
What are you doing?
it's fairly nice. Thurgoth, did you sleep at the
Yes.
church, or did you go back to the house?
No, I slept at the church.
All right, you wake up. Do you head back to the house, or do you stick at the church?
I would have breakfast at the church with said children and before I went back.
They, out of like a sort of politeness, sit near you, but if you were still in the building when you left, you'd notice everybody breathed a sigh of relief.
These are real people.
So,
Who've got their eczema under control. With less eczema,
for that,
more skin.
things go pretty well.
Sleep and help heal your
Majority of you are good, the rest of you are fine.
Is the first treatment of its kind that continuously
Alicia seems to be fairly busy.
or atopic dermatitis, even between flare-ups.
Octavius, you get back, and you slowly pick your way through the house, eating the scone you have bought. It's nice. You honestly forgot what it's like having calm. So, and as far as things go, the rest of it goes nice.
Yeah, because everything goes nice.
It's
I'm
a
waiting
very
for the
nice day.
shoe.
It's a literal shoe. Someone just throws a shoe that is a mimic at you.
Knowing you, I wouldn't put it past it.
Don't tempt me. But for the most part, Nothing's happened. It's almost dull, really.
Right.
Weird.
Um,
Anyways,
I am.
back to Azrael. You wake up. It is most definitely not a good morning, as you have a headache. Never mix brandy with whiskey.
Dang it.
Require strong tea.
You trudge your way out. Ugh.
So it's only me at the dining table.
No, Octus shows up eventually.
I'm. I'm just with just a bunch of pieces lying all around me. Pieces of like guns and everything lying around me.
Just make sure not to stain the table.
I'm, I have like a tarp down, not an idiot.
Could still leak through.
All right. I'm just gonna lift the tarp to another tarp. Well, kidding aside, all I'm really doing is just your general maintenance, retuning of the magic, and all that other stuff.
You all find your way to the main dining hall of the Azrael estate. Azrael, you're lounging back with a fine cup of Earl Grey in your hands. Man, was that needed. So, for the rest of you, you all seem fairly nice, happy, content. It's a good morning. Why shouldn't you be? Fortunately, Azrael, you're a bit less so. You've got a letter in front of you.
Open it up.
Did forget to say, but my servo, I'm just gonna have him help me with general, just with the cleaning of some of the parts.
All right, you're cleaning your gun at the table. Something Muñeca seems rather
Annoyed.
yes, annoyed. That is a good word. Annoyed, not murderously angry. Let's go with annoyed.
Oh, I have like 3 different tarps down just to make sure I don't get to. And this is, I might be at the table, but I'm not cleaning it on the table. All the parts are just, like scattered around me.
All right.
I
So,
have some respect for people.
all right. For the rest of you, though, you're all eating. It's
Noctis said he was reading that letter.
Azrael. You open it up, and it's an invitation to a grand banquet. It's being held to honor the opening of a new deal between some of the frontier colonies on the new continent and several shipping companies over in the mainland.
Ha
Hmm. The banquet will occur in 2 weeks. Attached at the very bottom is an addendum note.
Meanings of that.
Okay. The rest is the note says, I do hope to see you and your cute little companions there. Best of luck. And there is nothing actually put there. There's no name.
Wait, so he got an invitation to a random party?
It appears to have been like a formality. The envelope is there, and there's no real fancy writing. It's actually rather plain. It gives you the impression that this is simply an invitation being extended to most nobles.
Yeah, but he called out his party. They know enough about him that he's traveling with a group.
Yes. Oh, okay. That was the point you were talking about. Sorry. I got the parties mixed up. I didn't know which kind of party you were talking about here.
I really hope it's not another. Let's hope we don't have a repeat of the last time we had a party like this.
But yes. Anyways, so
do you extend that information on to the rest of the group?
I just put it back in the envelope and just throw it on the table, not really caring about it.
okay. So
It's more like junk mail than anything at this point.
Alicia takes the note from you. Yes, it is, but perhaps this can work to our advantage.
Also, I'm not exactly well with the other nobles.
Yes, but remember the other part of our mission. We're being sent to effectively root out who disconnected. Oh. Okay. I'm had to go. As we were told, we have to root out a potential threat within the noble class. This would be the perfect opportunity to gauge them.
I completely forgot about that. This is going to be painful.
Don't worry,
most
Noctis.
likely.
With my advice, you'll be getting yourself a girlfriend in no time. Octavius is purposely misreading the entire situation.
Alicia just looks very confused by that. Like, what?
It's a party, right? What else would cause him to be this distraught more than normal?
With this face, I don't even know what the hell I am.
What face exactly? Because I don't think you've ever taken off your helmet.
It's a mask, but same thing.
And it doesn't even. It only covers like a portion of my face, only like my left eye. That's about it. That covers.
Buddy, let me tell you this. Appearance is only a tenth of what you need.
Yeah.
You got
Right.
everything else in spades, except for maybe personality.
Which is
And he gives you a shit-eating grin.
You gave them your bathtub. Don't give them your cookies.
yeah, really don't have a personality either.
Alright, so you're missing 2/10. Everything else you got in spades.
Which is
Money, position, skill, talent. You don't fumble over yourself when you talk.
uh, you haven't seen me talk to other people in sort of way.
Alright, that one's debatable. What was the
Money
other
is
one?
in mine.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and saying you're a virgin. So there's that appeal to some people. I'm just going to keep going until someone stops him.
And
Teresa kind of coughs loudly.
and every positive thing he says, I say something completely opposite.
Spoon
All right,
flies across
so-
the table and hits Octus in the face. Shush.
All right. And that's where we'll end it for tonight. All right. Well, we're jumping right into the next one here, boys. Octavius, I would have let you know. If M was still here, I would have let you kept going just to see how long you could have gone before somebody actually interrupted you.
I didn't have that much left, but that's nice.
Still.
We're going to another fancy noble party.
Yes, but there's more people, so it's twice as likely that nothing bad will happen. Or there will be a complete bloodbath. I honestly just need to flip a coin there. It's a 50-50.
Well, here's hoping Octavius is just as fortuitous.
You mean he either gets gored or laid?
I mean,
Or
considering the
both?
last time we went to a big fancy party, he freaking... Oh God, I'm having a brain fart. What was my monk's name?
Rainer.
Rainer. God.
Rainer.
Rainer effectively got a
Yes.
wife.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to get fancy clothes.
Most likely.
You see the mask I posted?
Yeah.
Think of that, but plainer, and it's literally covering the eye slot. Doesn't cover my entire face.
All right.
Okay, Octavius has a freaking costumes kit. If you show him, he might actually be able to help you.